Broken D Rock here with another stream. Hopefully, all of you are having a wonderful day. Overall, crypto market cap is sitting right around $890 billion. Bitcoin dominance has fallen a bit more, down to 43%. ETH dominance sitting right around 15%, not too far from where it was last stream. So you can see Bitcoin has taken quite the beating. Broke as low as I believe like 17.5. Saw Ethereum go as low as I believe like 880 or 865, something like that. I was able to purchase a bit of each. Got some Bitcoin right around $19,000. Got some ETH right between like 900 and 950. Pretty hard to time these bottoms. BNB was below $200, believe it or not. Cardano, I believe, was closer to 40 cents. Solana was below $30. A lot of these altcoins took a beating. As you know, the Federal Reserve did do a rate hike. Market was anticipating 50 basis points, but they actually did 75 basis points. So a whole 0.75%. Kind of sent the market spiraling. As you can see, since the Federal Reserve announced its 75 basis points rate hike, we basically fell down all the way from 22, almost 23K pretty much, all the way down here towards 17.5. And the Bulls have put in a decent amount of work to get us back up above $20,000, but it looks like that rally is coming to an end here shortly. As you can see in the past 24 hours, we can see that Bitcoin had a low of 19,637 here on the screen, but it looks to be retracing to those lines of support. We'll see if those hold. If not, looking back at the hourly chart, we are looking to test right around $19,000, 19.2. We could go again as low as 17.5, maybe break lower. Again, I would not get too excited with the rally up above $20,000. It could just be a mini bounce. It could just be a fake out. As you can see here on the daily, things are not looking too great. Again, we'll see if these trajectories play out or not. Weekly, got a little spinning top going. We'll see if that holds. Again, I think we are just seeing a relief rally, a mini one at that. Kind of just, again, relieving the tension in the market that we saw over the weekend. As you can see, I got some sun this weekend. Believe it or not, I was out on a boat for a few hours with some buddies. Good time. Did not apply enough sunblock, let me tell you. I was offered several times, but I'm a stubborn mofo, and I didn't listen. I was like, oh, it's kind of cloudy. I should be okay. Not too hot. Don't make that mistake. Again, just some funny stuff. I feel like the train always comes by when I'm filming. It's supposed to only come by every like 45 minutes to an hour. Maybe it's timed the streams horribly. But yeah, Bitcoin Magazine put it's over. This is 8 mentality. Bitcoin is up 230% from the bottom. It's like, oh, I wish I had bought earlier. And then when the opportunity presents itself, Bitcoin's down a whopping negative 68%. Oh, Bitcoin's a scam. It's going to zero. Just in, Bitcoin miners have stopped selling. Accumulation has restarted. Very, very good sign. Again, could it be a fake out? I don't know. Anyone's guess? Just in, over 13,000 wallets have reached a full Bitcoin in the past week. Very, very cool stuff, you guys. Again, whole coiner status is pretty big. Personally, I'm trying to achieve whole coin status probably by 2025. I don't really know my super long-term predictions with Bitcoin as to how many, or I don't really have an estimate as to how much I want or need by 2030, but my goal is to reach a full coin by 2025. We'll see if that plays out the way I want it to. Just in, 13,000 wallets bought one or more Bitcoin last week. Guarantee you there were a lot of people here in the past week that had their limit orders or they had their market orders ready to go for, had some cash on the side to deploy when Bitcoin hopped below 20K, because as we all know, Bitcoin at under $20,000 is well over 3x to the all-time high price. Say you buy at 19,000, a 3x from there is 57K. You're looking at almost what, a 3.5x for buying at 19, 18, 17K. If we go lower to say 13 or $12,000 Bitcoin, we're looking at more like a 5x. Just putting things into perspective. It's kind of funny. It's showing you that history repeats itself many, many times over. It repeats itself, it rhymes, etc. Internet may be just a passing fad as millions give up on it. The dot-com bubble, mind you, back in like 1999, 2000, I believe. Bitcoin may just be a passing fad as millions give up on it. Again, it's kind of, history has a way of rhyming. Kind of seeing similar things play out with Bitcoin and crypto as we did with the internet. All the naysayers said the internet's not going to stay around. It's just a fad. So many people are going to give up on it. They don't see the utility behind it, and they're drawing connections to Bitcoin. I see some of the similarities for sure. Just in, South Korea delays its 20% tax on Bitcoin gains until 2025. Why is that? You got to ask yourself that question. Because South Korea understands Bitcoin to an extent. They realize that the next Bitcoin halving is happening roughly in about 2 years' time. I believe it's not this coming May, but the one after that. I believe it happens in April or March. And once that happens, Bitcoin will go on a rally as more and more people realize, oh shit, there's less Bitcoin available for purchase, and this is just going to continue as time goes on. Bitcoin will rally, and we probably see $100,000 Bitcoin sometime either late 2024 or sometime in 2025. Bitcoin may potentially hit 200, 250K. I don't know. It's anyone's guess. Again, not financial advice. I'm just speculating, shooting shit on the wall, seeing what sticks. In other news, it's the year 2025. Again, looking a few years ahead, Bitcoin crashes from $300,000 to $90,000. Everyone screams Bitcoin is dead. Could this be the event that we see sometime between May and July of 2025, similar to what we saw here in 2021, just a year ago, when Bitcoin bottomed out, I believe, at 28.5, something like that? Again, thinking long term here, 2030, 2040, we're talking 8 to 18 years down the line. In 2030, this guy says, I'm a millionaire. His house is kind of in bad shape. And then this guy's like, I'm a Bitcoiner. He owns a nice, luxurious house with a Lambo or Ferrari out front, whatever that car is. And then in 2040, that same whole coiner, that guy who owns Bitcoin, is now in a castle while everyone just like, whoa, he's a Bitcoiner. They say he has a whole coin. Whoa. I'm not selling anything according to Shark Tank Kevin O'Leary on Bitcoin dip. If anything, he's probably buying more and accumulating. Bank of Jamaica announced that Bitcoin and crypto are investment instruments. Again, little by little, these dominoes will fall, and it's only a matter of time till we see that massive supply shock that we've been talking about for months on end, if not close to a year, that we've had this channel. And then 31 million metric tons of gold was recently discovered in Uganda. Just a reminder, Bitcoin is finite. There's only 21 million, and there will be no more than that. Now, we won't mine the last Bitcoin until about over a century from now. The reality is something like 3 to 5 million Bitcoin are gone for good, meaning we will never see them again because people being people, forget their passphrases, their passwords, etc., their keys to their Bitcoin wallet, and that's just Bitcoin that's unretrievable. Pardon me. Bob from Digital Asset News posted this. If you think there isn't manipulation going on right now, then you're crazy. Someone or some group wants everyone to sell. Check this out. I found this kind of crazy. Just seeing so many things on his feed. Look at this. Is there something more to this, or are these just bot accounts spamming the same message over and over again? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments section. In other news, over in China, messaging app WeChat to ban accounts engaging in Bitcoin or crypto has 1+ billion daily users. Again, pretty big. WeChat, from my understanding, is kind of like China's version of Facebook, or what's that? I'm blanking on the WhatsApp app. WhatsApp app here in the US and the Western hegemonic countries. Pretty big. I mean, it's not too surprising because China did, quote unquote, ban Bitcoin and crypto for the 100th time last week, yet some of the hash rate is still coming from China. So whether the government is doing that or not, or if it's just private entities that are doing in secrecy in China, kind of underground, remains to be what I'm trying to say is we don't know for sure who's still mining Bitcoin over in China. Could be the government or private entities, people doing it underground. Either way, hash rate is coming from there, even though they banned Bitcoin. In other news, again, talking about green energy, ESG, all that stuff, it's a bit comical because they say one thing but do another, and they're not being totally transparent on this stuff. Not to get too political, but it's a little funny, in my opinion. Shut down emissions, shut down zero emissions nuclear energy because you want to be more eco-friendly, and then you replace that nuclear energy with Russian gas and laugh at everyone who tells you it's a mistake. Then Putin closes your gas line just like everyone warned you he would, and then you're ultimately saying you're returning to coal to replace Russian gas and conserve natural gas, what's it called, stockpiles, etc., like that. So kind of funny, they're trying to be eco-friendly. They don't see the damages that could result of doing so, and then now they're going back to the whole thing they tried to phase out of. It's a little comical, if you ask me. But in other news, FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, I believe the Fed is currently driving Bitcoin and crypto downwards into a downturn. That's why we're seeing a recession. Generally speaking, when we see a federal tightening, we haven't supposedly seen federal tightening on this magnitude since, I believe, 1994. So just something to consider when we see some some quantitative tightening, pardon me, QT. We do see markets act in a negative manner or a more bearish manner. So they sell off risk on assets like Bitcoin and other stocks, and they stick to the safer bets. And in crypto, Bitcoin is the safest bet. So just thought I'd throw that out there. SBF does see what's going on. In other news, I thought this was kind of comical. His mouth and vocal cords with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound. Bitcoin! Michael Saylor with the trolling of the Bitcoin coming from the mummy. Kind of funny. I don't know. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Speaking of SBF, we have to talk about FTX, or I believe Alameda Research, teaming up with Voyager. Voyager did release a email the other day going over that. I kind of want to go over that in more detail in a separate video tomorrow. So stay tuned. 11 a.m. tomorrow Central Standard Time. I will go over that. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we go live next. And you know, we got some links down below, so make use of them. Get $50 in free Bitcoin if you deposit $100 over on the Voyager app and trade with that $100. You get $50 in free Bitcoin in a few weeks' time. Over on FTX and Binance US, if you use those links, same ordeal. You deposit $100, get trading within a few weeks. You should get $10 in free USD. Not to mention over on FTX US. Not trying to show them, to be honest. I'm kind of a little sketched out with them because Alameda Research / SBF have kind of become somewhat villains in the space. They're kind of like behind all these takedowns, whether it's Luna, now Celsius, and may see them involved in some other shenanigans. So again, I'm not trying to push FTX too hard, but they do give you a little bit of free crypto for every purchase over $10. So just something to think of. And if you want to stack some Bitcoin on everyday purchases, over on BlockFi, they have their Visa Signature Rewards card that you get rewarded in Bitcoin up to 3% on everyday purchases for your first 3 months. You own the card afterwards. 1.5% is your return. Either way, stacking those Satoshis long term will prove to be very worthwhile. So I would strongly recommend getting signed up and doing that. As long as you're paying off the balance every month, you're not paying any interest. So take advantage of that. And until next time, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful